Greetings. Today is another strange day in the courtroom here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, Georgia, in the KJ family paying possibly the attorney fees for dealing with the death of their son. To skip right along, I don't want to go into too much of what you already know, but today the court proceedings dealing with Judge Richard Porter, in my most humble opinion, took a turn for the worse.
So there were four outlets. ALB, WSB, and then some other two.
Get a snack or something. Go back and eat it later and get something.
On a wrongful death lawsuit, and then combine it with Kendrick's lengthy and extensive federal investigation, there were things that had to be done.
Greetings. State your name, please.
Bobby Worthy.
What organization?
I'm Bobby Worthy. I'm National President for the Justice League United. I'm the Minister of Law and Justice for the New Black Panther Party, and I'm also a national board member for the National Black Man's Movement, chaired by Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz.
You also came from Waycross, Georgia, right?
Yes, I did.
What interest do you have in the Kendrick Johnson case and this lawsuit with the, finalizing the allegations against the family?
Well, the thing is, I have interest against injustice. The Johnson family got to be the strongest family in this country. They will not stop and not charging for justice for their son that they know and all of them know was murder. Now, what I witnessed in this courtroom today...
Yeah, that was my main question, yes, sir.
What I witnessed in this courtroom was, first of all, a judge inattentive. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think the judge was fair. I think he was admirable. But the judge was inattentive when he went to sleep not once, not twice, but 3 times and one time at the end.
Is that why you tried to get my attention? I didn't have a camera because of the situation, well, I'll explain later. But you tried to get my attention to let me know that he was sleeping?
Yes, I did. And I also notified all the other news teams that were here. Did you see, and all of them say, yes, we saw it. Did you see the judge that he was sleep on the bench? They say, yes, we did. Whether they're going to air that or not, but we know the ghetto free press going to air it.
Who killed KJ? Come on! Who killed KJ? Who killed KJ? Thank you.
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mess. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice.
Question to you is, do you think that was that done deliberately, so this afternoon it would not be a recording, a complete recording? We know we got a transcript, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, my thing is the judge limited. My opinion, I think the judge messed up when he limited, because he does have discretion in the law to allow recordings. But once he allowed one and don't allow the other, then he violates the freedom of the press. He violates the open meeting law. The judge, when I walked back in there, the first thing he noticed was no media in there, and he said, "Well, we ain't gonna have no media in there." That's the first thing come out of his mouth.
Are you serious?
He's asked. He said, "Well, no media came back," and he said, "I told them that I would let one other come in if nobody else show up, another one come in. Nobody's here. Y'all would agree with no media?" And that's what he said. That's when I came outside looking for you.
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mess. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice.
The media blasts out to everybody when I find out about this. All the news media, CNN, everybody, every local news station that I know, radio, Valdosta Daily Times, all of them, but Valdosta Daily Times was too. But how can you, this is what I understand about the media, how can you come in here and do the beginning of the trial and not get the end? So you're going to go report an incomplete story, and probably not going to be report half of it anyway. And just like I told her, I asked every media, ABC from Atlanta, I asked Channel 10 was here, and I even told you, George, to get on Free Press. I said, did you see the judge sleep? Did you get it on that camera? She said, yes, I did. Whether she going to report that or not, that is very important. Very important. You cannot make a decision as a judge and you up there asleep.
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice.
Just in case somebody else in the state of Georgia would like to call you for you to give more information about what you saw in this courtroom.
To reach me, call me at 912-424-0752. Again, that's 912-424-0752. Or hit my email, justiceleagueunited@yahoo.com. One word, justiceleagueunited@yahoo.com.
What's your name?
My name is Reverend Larry D. O'Hara.
What's your position or what title you carry?
I'm the, well, I carry many titles, but as far as the NAACP, I'm the assistant president of the Waycross branch.
Are you a minister of the gospel?
Yes, I am.
All right, what do you think about what happened today?
Even the judge sitting up there asleep from time to time.
You saw him sleep too?
Yes, and when he wake up, then somebody holler an objection, and he don't know what the objection is. So then he turns around and asks, after the guy called the objection, you speak his piece, then he turned around and asked Mr. King, and Mr. King just blurted out. He just go ahead on and beat every avenue that they came across today, they got whooped.
Why do you think that there was no camera in the courtroom?
And the reason why they didn't want y'all in there with the camera, because every time they make a mistake, it's recorded on film, and they don't want to have to go back and use that. That is the same reason why, in the KJ case, why those films was tampered with, per se, because the evidence was already there. And they learned now that if it's on film, then they can use that film against them.
What's your name?
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice.
What's your name?
My name is Reverend Jeffrey Benoit. I'm the president of the Clayton Henry chapter of the National Action Network and a candidate for the 2016 State Representative, District 76, which covers the Connolly, Fairview, Stockbridge, Forest Park, Rex and Morrow in Rex, Georgia.
Because you call it National Action Network. Who's the founder of that organization?
The founder is Reverend Al Sharpton, who founded the National Action Network in 1991, so this is our 25th year.
First, I want to ask Bobby, what did you say that you saw the judge doing in the courtroom today?
Sleeping.
What did you say you saw him doing?
Sleeping.
Did you see him?
Oh, he was not. He was not, and at least 3 times that I counted.
I heard several other people, and I want to be on camera, that you all saw that. Now,
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's gonna be when they give us justice.
The judge has proven that that he really don't want the cameras in the court. I mean, And I understand why, because the last trial he went to sleep 4 or 5 times, and this time he went to sleep 4 times, nodded on the bench, was sleeping. So, you know, I mean, no one is saying about it. Even when the media was there the last time, you was the only one who reported that the judge was asleep. He actually went to sleep, and nobody seems to think that's not a problem.
Well, being a problem or not, it seems to me, because if I had reported, I would let the people know what happened and took place in the courtroom. But it seemed that the local news media are not concerned about judges sleeping in the courtroom, or for that matter, even what's going on here today. Because, I mean, we had other things in the city that was going on, but this is a very high-profile local, state, and national case. And yet, when it comes down to our television station, regardless of whatever happened in Valdosta, they wasn't here.
Well,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, it's all support. To me, it's all supported by white supremacy. It's getting to the point that whites seem to think that everything runs around them, and it's getting worse with the police brutality. We're technically moving to a dictatorship.
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice for my son.
Barbara Ward, this is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You was here all 3 days. What happened in the courtroom, and what you think about the case? They stopped. They said it may not go back to November. So fill the people in, because it don't seem like the news media have done a very good job in covering this, from my point of view.
Okay. Well, as you said, we've been in court quite a while, since Monday, since the court started. I wasn't in the court today very long. I had another appointment. I came late, but I just got informed what happened today from George's interview. To me, I think I'm really thinking the judge is really thinking about these absurd attorney fees. Well out of bounds. We do know, and I'm not going to say because it hasn't been brought out in court yet, but we do know one of the agencies have paid out some of the money, one of the local agency, government agency. I have that in writing, and I have presented it to the attorney that they paid some money out in debt, but not all completely. But like I said, they're not going to get the attorney fees out. They don't.
Don't bet on it. Don't bet on it.
Well, don't bet on it. I mean, I'm assuming from what the judge say, if he's a man of his word.
I've seen him say one thing and do another, but go ahead with your story. Sorry if I interrupted, but the truth is the truth.
Yeah, it's true, and I mean, they can say one thing and do another. But it does seem like, to me, that there is some kind of favoritism, and I like to say it like this: favoritism or racism. You be the judge. Favoritism because maybe the judge knows all these attorneys. He allowed, since I've been involved in this trial, I have noticed that the judge has allowed these 8 white attorneys to run the courtroom. I mean, actually run it. I see them swear themselves in on the stand.
Have you ever seen that done before?
I never in my life seen a witness swear himself in. They said because he's an officer of the court. That's bull, John. That's bull. I'm here to tell you that. Because the law is clear on this, and they say any witness, before they can give testimony in the court of law, they must be sworn in. They give testimony. But I've never seen that before. A witness with an attitude at that swear itself in. And I'm gonna say it. Jim Elliott, the Lowndes County Sheriff Department's attorney, has been very rude, obnoxious, and just disrespectful to Attorney King, and without pause, without hesitation, Attorney King, being the man he is, read on in testimony, submitted his evidence, and went round even with the judge, didn't agree with it, but it does seem like the judge is catering to all the other needs, allowing these attorneys to say, do what they want from the witness stand, act like they want in the courthouse, just whenever they want to. I've seen attorneys in this courtroom object to things that Attorney King was saying. Attorney King went right on. The judge sit there and don't say nothing. You can't rule on the objection. It has to be the judge. I've seen these attorneys here numerous times does that. Maybe that's how they do it
what you're saying is that see, they wouldn't let us in the courtroom because if they would have let the news media in the courtroom, the people could see what you're talking about. They wouldn't have to take your word for it. They wouldn't have to take my word for it. They wouldn't have to take the pastor's word for it in Waycross or Larry O'Hara or the brother from Clayton who talked about he saw the judge sleeping in the courtroom. You've said it from day one. In fact, every case that the Honorable Judge Richard Porter has resided in, he's been asleep in the courtroom. And yet, because maybe, I'm not saying this is the case, but there's a great possibility that this may be why you don't want no cameras in the courtroom. There have been more high-profile cases than they had cameras in the courtroom, and so that might be why the news media, WSB came the other time. They wouldn't let them in the courtroom, so they ain't been back. So I didn't mean to take so long, but it's just, I want people to understand that whatever you say here today could have been documented on the news media TV camera. They wouldn't let us in the courtroom. But I understand that you started trying to do something about that. What did you do about that?
Well, I filed a open records request because I did find out in the cameras inside the courtroom. I mean, it's about 3 to 4 cameras in every courtroom. Then I found out these cameras are on. Thus, I filed an open records request to get a copy of each one of those hearings that's been involved with the Johnson family, and then you will see the truth for yourself. If those cameras are working on, and if they give me one. But if they don't give them to me, it's going to be hell to pay, and they're going to have to answer to somebody why I ain't got them. But as I said, he was right. Judge Porter sleeping in the court. Now this makes me understand. If he did it in the Johnson case, who to say if a man is up for his life? I think the Judicial Qualification Commission, the state, the U.S. Attorney General, all of them need to come in and pull the records on this whole tape or wherever his judicial circuit at and see how many times during key testimony that this judge was up on the stand, sleep. And I know if he did it here, he'd do it in every case that he's been involved in.
Jackie, the mother of KJ, she told me yesterday she didn't want to go on the camera, I guess, because of her attorney, and that's good. I'm not going to let her go against that. But she said that every time he go to sleep, she was trying to get him, and she was documenting the time, each time that he went to sleep. I got some of them recorded myself. But my thing is that today, it surprised me because he took a pretty long nap today. And that really got me. I mean, I just looked at that one with his mouth was open. His head was leaning back, but he was asleep, sure enough asleep. And so now, if we know about this, and if we don't say anything, then how in the world can we send our sons off to war and talk about freedom of the press and freedom of religion and the right to vote and all this kind of jazz? It seems like something is happening to our rights, but the people in America are either going to sleep at the wheel or done train wreck somewhere in space. Now, go back to your point about what you've seen in the courtroom that's not typical for to be done in a court of law.
Well, mainly the trial attorneys, the defense attorney, the 8 white attorneys has basically led this case, not the judge. The judge is supposed to be the overseer, the dictator of the courtroom. He the ruler of the courtroom, but he has sit back and allow these attorneys to say what they want, act like they want, with attitudes, get smart, and just disrespect Attorney King and even the court itself.
Let me interrupt you right here. Today, Attorney Turner kept saying negative things about Shaveen King, and they've been doing it. But today it was like as if though King couldn't take it no more. And he didn't talk to the judge. He told Attorney Turner, here's what he said: I recommend that you cease now. He said cease. I guess you can define that for me. He said, I want you to cease from that, from referring to me and what I'm doing as a shenanigan. He said, I want you to stop. And so he said it with power. And I think the people in the courtroom could feel his pain. And he'd been very patient throughout. But it seemed like he just got tired of it. Then the judge responded and said to King, I expect both of you to be professionals. I'm quoting what he said. I got it documented. Both of y'all to be professional. Well, King have never done what they've done. I don't even see why he would make a statement like that, say both of you, when King never did that. But it threw him in the same box with everybody. And I'm gonna tell you, I wish to God that there would be a law in the state of Georgia that will force these judges to allow all high-profile court cases such as KJ case to be recorded and not banned from the general public.
And it's possible there may be a law, that's why they got courtroom cameras, but we, as most people and black folks are made to say it, is uneducated and informed that we can look and see they got cameras all over the courtroom. Anything that's on these cameras inside and out, you have a right to get a copy to because that's public record.
Well, it seems like it should be, but they're changing laws every day now. They are taking away our rights. Look at me. I'm still going to say it. 3 months, 3 years, and 4 months under a criminal trespass for not violating the law, and not one United. That's why I'm going to the United Nations. Nobody in the United States will even address my issue. And I don't know whether you know it or not. Did you read in the paper the other day wherein somebody said it's already in the United Nations? Great Britain talked about it. That how they're killing blacks here in this country, and the United Nations done weighed out in. So I'm going to the United Nations with my situation.
Well, that's what informed. I don't know if you heard me about maybe a month ago, that we are in the process of filing a complaint to the United Nations to charge the United States government for murder charges against blacks, brutality, assassination, and basically attacking the immigrations and naturalization laws. Because when it comes to those laws, we have been uneducated through black, and I'll just explain one. There's nowhere in the Constitution that said black folks are citizens. Nowhere in the Constitution. What it says is the 14th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment was never properly rectified by Congress. Thus, the 14th Amendment does not say we are citizens, it says we are aliens of African descent.
Well, explain one more level to me, my beautiful brother. Brother, you get criticized sometimes, just like me. But not this country yet where it is today because of freedom fighters, including white right people. I met a white guy last night. I ain't gonna tell you where he was. Let me say this. Did you know what the white guy said last night? He said he was from Washington, D.C. And he said, you George Boss? I said, yeah. He said, I've been watching your video. I probably watched every one that you put up. And he told me, just like the white guy that told me over there from the Georgia military about 2 years ago. He's a young man, gave me a big contribution. So you keep doing what you're doing, because if we don't stand up in this country, we are going to lose all our rights. So I made a friend last night, and I'm hoping that this friend, he from Washington, D.C., he now live somewhere in this area. I ain't gonna tell you who he is because he just, I call him a good white right person. And people don't understand. A lot of professors at BSU, I used to go to potluck with them. They like me for what I'm doing. A lot of white people across the nation love what I'm doing. And yet they gonna try to make all white folks dislike me because I'm standing up like you stand up, and like others, include some of the pastors, not all of them, but they are standing up for the best of our democracy. And I served 21 years. And it's not about black and white, but it's more about right and wrong.
That's right.
On you.
And forget about not just the white folks, the white folk, the right wrong folks.
Yes, sir. Right.
The black wrong and right folks.
That's true.
We got them. We call them bootlickers, Uncle Tom, Chicken Joes, Thomasinus, and Toms, Uncle Toms.
I want you to drop this on the people. Now, we know that over in Douglas, Olivia Coley Pearson, they're trying to drive her out of office. That's all it's about. They tried to get her for voting fraud. We now got the Douglas 4. But what I want you to talk about, don't say no, don't expose what has happened. But is there not a group of people now that have gotten together? They're going from county to county, from area to area, to connect the dots. And even to the point of the district attorneys who's sitting back and watching all this go on and do nothing about it. Is there not people now coming together to try to get this to a larger scale, because local entities, including the state of Georgia, seem not to give a damn?
Yes, there's a group, and they're going around and have a meeting, another meeting. This is going to be.
Don't tell them too much. Don't tell them.
I'm going to tell you too much, but it's coming in Waycross. But there's a group that's going around. You can contact George or myself. Just go on Facebook. I'm pretty sure if y'all watch me, if you're interested in getting involved or getting in with this group to attack these people. I'm like this. I'm going to say it. I have said it many times. my knowledge and my understanding of the law, that's what I'm going to use, that's what I'm going to push, and that's what I'm going to go after. If I'm going to sue, because that's the only thing that people understand. And I used to say all white people, but it's mostly white people because they're the one running everything. But it's black folks too. So I'm here to tell you, I'm going to sue till you get tired of being sued. And if that don't work, sue you till you go bankrupt. If that don't work, then I'm going to sue your mama for having you. I'm just being honest.
Today makes 11 months my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's gonna be when they give us justice for my son.
Today we journeyed into the courtroom in the Valdosta Lowndes County Judicial Complex. This particular case dealing with the legal fees of attorneys and suits against the KJ family. Mr. Worthy from Justice League United was once again here in the courtroom. How you doing today?
I'm good.
What do you think about the case today and the progression of it and how it's going?
Well, it's going. I don't think it's really going the way the attorneys think it's going to go.
Well, the first thing I want to address is that we ended up the testimonies from the Sheriff's Department, right?
The Sheriff's Department.
We also ended up with, who else?
Lowndes County.
The county.
We'll return back tomorrow with the county, continue on the county.
With
Lowndes
the county
School Board.
Okay, that's the school.
Yeah, Lowndes County High School.
But the Sheriff's Department is finished.
Sheriff's Department is finished.
And so, the attorney for the school will be back tomorrow.
Yes.
Now, to the people who don't attend this case, they won't know nothing about it. Have you seen anything in the newspaper, on TV about what's going on in this case?
Nothing. Only reporter there is George Barcelona Bryan with the Get Over Your Press. You. Nobody else is coming. Nobody reporting. The judge, the judge went to sleep again multiple times. It seems that nobody cares about what's going on or what they're trying to do in the Kendrick Johnson case. For the attorney fees, CB again was awesome. Attorney for the Johnson family, pounding them with evidence after evidence and phase after phase, and I still think the judge kind of trying to rush him through. But CB pays it no attention and just go and do what he got to do.
Okay. How is Jackie responding in the case? Is she strong, or how do you think she's handling?
Oh yeah, Miss Jackie holding up. She's a soldier. She's holding up. She's angry. She wants justice for her son. She's holding on in that courthouse. Never bowing down. Never backing up.
Okay, and so this is about the third or fourth gathering concerning the attorney fees assessment against the family. But would you say that some of the fees and the way that they figured them is being questioned even by the judge?
Oh yeah, he definitely questioning the attorney fees. Now he's being more alert. He's actually following the documentation, and he's even stopping and intervening and asking questions, even correcting the attorneys. Listen, you need to just answer the question. We don't need an explanation. Answer the question and move on.
What do you think about the mannerism of Jim Elliott on the stand?
Jim Elliott to me is very disrespectful. He is very dominating, and I don't know if it's inattention on the judge's point or the judge is not paying attention. He allows the attorneys to run, basically the defense attorneys to run the courtroom. He's not telling them, hey, okay, we don't need the attitude, answer the question. He's not, especially with Jim Elliott. Jim Elliott is, he got mad several times during testimony, angry, got smart. I don't know what the problem is with the judge and Jim Elliott, because he's never correcting Jim Elliott, even running to the court. Even today when he swore in, he had an attitude by swearing himself in. I don't think that's appropriate. I think somebody else should have swore him in. I don't think he should have swore himself in. Even when he did that, he had an attitude. So.
That's the first time I'd ever seen somebody swear themselves in.
Yes.
But what do you think about the exchange between Shaveen King and about the? He said he delivered some. He delivered some kind of paper subpoena to. Yeah. And do you know what that was about?
Well, yeah, he said he delivered the subpoena to Jim Elliott.
Him who?
Shaveen King, the attorney for the Johnson family, delivered the subpoena. I believe Jim Elliott was lying. I believe the judge knew he was lying, and the judge ordered him to turn over those receipts of how much that has been paid already in the Kendrick Johnson case. So he ordered him to turn over those fees, to turn over the receipts. So CB should have them by tomorrow, if he don't have them already in his email.
So that got to be a pretty bad exchange there for a minute, didn't it?
Yeah, because Jim Elliott stood up, lied. CB told his story, of course, which was more believable than Jim Elliott. And like he said, he could have took a few minutes or more and just grabbed those the subpoenas that CB put in and answered CB. And he could have been answered that subpoena. He was just being sarcastic, trying to be smart. And then again, to me, toward Jim Elliott, it seems like him and the judge are some kind of friends, or good friends, and that, because he never questions his attitude, the way his aura, the things he do. He can say anything he want when he want and get smart with Shaveen King. Shaveen King never breaks stride. He just goes right on at him and keeps striving, putting that information down on him and answering those questions.
But when Jim Elliott, Attorney Elliott, spoke of or responded to what King brought before the judge, he had the documents right there, but it seemed like he waited until the judge. It was like as if though, to me, he should have known. I mean, he had the documents.
Yeah, he should have given them to him.
And he had copies because he was able to give everybody a copy of them. So it's amazing when you say that. It's amazing how people are treated in the courtroom. Period. Just general how some people are treated.
Yeah, just general. Like I said, to me, I think something going on with the judge and Jim Elliott, because it seems like anything he do, he's allowed to run in the courtroom, operate the courtroom. He objecting to questioning, and the judge is not even ruling on his objection, just letting it go on. Well, I object. I'm not going to answer that. Or the day he said, my answer is the same as before. Or he'll say, I can't recall. I mean, you giving testimony to your statements, your stuff, or you talking about you can't recall. Numerous times, multiple times, he said he can't recall at this time.
This is the second day this week, and of course it will go on tomorrow and Thursday, I think. But we did get rid of, they finished up the city, am I right?
I think the city is not finished.
Oh, really?
I think the city may come back up tomorrow. You finish up Elliott, which was the sheriff department, and you got Lowndes County School gonna finish up tomorrow. The city didn't finish their testimony up from yesterday. We had convened from yesterday. I could be wrong, but I don't think they finished up the city.
Okay, but anyway, if soon we'll have 3 of them finished.
Yes.
And after having the 3, we got what? 7 more to go, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're about 8.
It's 8 attorneys altogether.
Okay.
5 more.
5 more, yeah. And I don't think we'll end this week. But the point is that I will continue to ask the citizens here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and the state of Georgia. It's just like the Quitman 10+2 court case. Would you agree with me that it seems like all this news and what's going on is just not being reported?
It's not. And the judge is trying to, the judge is trying to trying to cover up or hide something. They don't want no cameras in there. Don't want the news media bringing them cameras. But as I did today, I filed the open records request for all three trials. Today I served the county board of commission and the head of security, which is the captain here, with a open records request. They got 3 days to give me copies of those court proceedings.
That's really why I came up here tonight, and so we can pretty near end it on that. I came back up here tonight because I wanted to record at night because I'm going to show look here, brother, I'm going to show where you served those papers. And I gotta ask this again. What make you do what you do, man?
Just in me, man. It's just this is my high. This is my crack cocaine, my alcohol. This is my drive. Fighting injustice. I don't make no lot of money at this. I don't make no money at it at all. I just love attacking injustice and letting these people know that they can't get away with everything they think.
One other thing just popped in my mind is this here. Many people, I'm sure, here in Valdosta have seen those cameras. Minister Robertson and myself have asked about those cameras. We see them throughout the courthouse. But very few people know whether they're working, whether they're recording, who's responsible for maintaining them, and if they can get copies of it, and if it is open to be seen by the general public, that you can acquire them through the Open Records Act. So what you did today is that you first you asked, explain to us, walk through where you first started asking about it, what happened.
Well, what I did is the first thing I asked the security was, those cameras in the courtroom working? He said yes. Every time there's a court hearing in the Lowndes County Courthouse, and in them courts, all the security, the cameras in the courtrooms are running. And I asked him, how would I get a copy? He said, man, I don't know. So he said, go talk to the supervisor. So I went and talked to the supervisor, the captain, I can forget his name. I talked to him, and he said the county board of commissioners was responsible for the tapes. So I went to see the county commissioners, and they told me that the sheriff department is responsible for the security of those tapes. So I got tired of the runaround, so I served both of them with an anthelium notice. I served him, not an anthelium notice, but a open records request to copies of those dates that the Kendrick Johnson family was here, and those dates with the when the Kendrick Johnson trials was going on, the Johnson family trials, on all 3 dates, 3 to 4 times we was here, and I served CC the copy to the board of county commissioners, so we can, because the county saying the board of commissioners saying it's the sheriff department, the sheriff department saying it's them, so I hit both of them, and they got 3 days to get them to them. And by the way, those tapes are public record. Any hearing that the public is allowed, then you have access, legal access to public records. That is not private.
But if you never bring it up, nobody would ever know. In fact, from what you are telling me, there's a great possibility that even the government entities don't know whose responsibility that it is, and if they do, maybe they don't want you to know, maybe they don't want the general public to know. But I'm determined to let the people know that when the founding fathers of this great republic said that this is a free, open, democratic society with the power to the people, and I served 21 years, and that when we was in the military, that's what they kept telling us. You are fighting for your freedom, your democracy. But it seems like a lot of things are closed. So I commend you for what you're doing. I'm gonna let you close after the sirens go by. Police go. What's your name?
My name is Reverend Jeffrey Benoit. I'm the president of the Clayton Henry chapter of the National Action Network and a candidate for the 2016 State Representative, District 76, which covers the Connolly, Fairview, Stockbridge, Forest Park, Rex and Morrow, and Rex, Georgia.
Because you call the National Action Network. Who's the founder of that organization?
The founder is Reverend Al Sharpton, who founded the National Action Network in 1991, so this is our 25th year.
First, I want to ask Bobby, What did you say that you saw the judge doing in the courtroom today?
Sleeping.
What did you say you saw him doing?
Sleeping.
Did you see him?
Oh, he was not. He was not, and at least 3 times that counted.
I heard several other people, I want to be on camera, that you all saw that. Now, how?
The judge has proven that, that he really don't want the cameras in the court. I mean, and I understand why, because the last trial he went to sleep 4 or 5 times, and this time he went to sleep 4 times, nodded on the bench. So, I mean, no one is saying about it. Even when the media was there the last time, you was the only one who reported that the judge was asleep.
Today makes 11 months and my son was found at Lowndes High School, rolled up in a mat. I was at that school the day they found my son. They treated us like nobody from day one. They're still treating us like nobody. But we declare that we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. They want us to leave, and when we leave, it's going to be when they give us justice for my son. Treating us like nobody, but we declare that we're here to stay.